The second that you wake up and check your phone is possibly the second that you are going to be greeted with what's called soft porn. From TikTok to Snapchat to Instagram, even if you're not following it, there really isn't any getting away from it. It's pretty popular and pretty normal for a girl to post photos in a bikini on her Instagram, to do dances in a bikini on TikTok, and most people do not deem this as porn. I'd argue that is because we have become so desensitized to porn. Everyone has basically drawn their own line to what they deem as porn and what they deem as just a regular photo. I think when somebody hears porn addiction or someone engaging in porn, they immediately think of men, but that is just not the case. In fact, the number of women who engage with porn is growing. And I believe also it's been growing in an entirely different way for women than it is for men. I have always been a hopeless romantic, and I got into reading romance books. Before I knew it, I'd be halfway through a book and then I would stumble upon a 3-page sex scene. It's so interesting to me because in the Bible it says how deceptive and cunning the devil is. He knows that we're created both male and female, and we are different by nature and design. So obviously different things are going to be tempting for each of us. While most men are tempted by what they see, women are more tempted by what we feel. If romance is involved, then we are more tempted to be interested. As for 10-minute porn videos that have no backstory and no connection or romance involved, it doesn't have that much of a pull. I hadn't even been looking to engage with porn, but somehow I found myself engaging with it, which is most of us today. And the media knows exactly what they're doing. The apps that you engage with know exactly what you are going to click on. Interestingly enough, when I first made a TikTok, and I obviously put it under the I am a female, what was recommended to me was a bunch of girly stuff and dogs and just a bunch of innocent stuff. But then when I went to create a male account, because I was helping a friend of mine set up their TikTok, everything that was recommended to him when he first got the app was porn. I mean, like every single scroll. The social media apps know what to feed you to make you come back for more because they know what you're hungry for. Porn is a really easy way to do that. And as you can tell, influencers have figured out that that is something that drives a lot of traffic. They know what is going to get the views and the likes, and people want to watch porn. America definitely wants to watch porn. It's really hard to even get through a Netflix episode without being greeted by somebody doing it or doing it by themselves. I think it's safe to say that we have been desensitized by porn. We don't even realize that we're watching porn anymore. What was deemed as pornographic is now deemed as a normal post. And it did not take long for my generation to find out just how profitable the porn industry is. OnlyFans took the world by storm when girls at just 18 years old could set up an account and make hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and maybe even in the millions in just the first 24 hours. But like anything, there is always a price to pay with the devil. Little do those girls realize who sell their photos on OnlyFans and use their body for likes, views, and 5 minutes of gratification, they are aiding into something so much bigger. They are playing their part in the devil's plan against men. And these writers making a ton of money off of selling dirty romance books, apps like Wattpad that open doors to extremely young girls to experience erotic fiction and whatever sexual fantasy that they are tempted with. Okay, so you get the point I'm trying to make here. Our phones and our computers have changed the way porn will be forever. And especially with this new virtual reality, who knows how much worse it could get. Because it used to be that you had to go to the store and you had to purchase a bad VHS tape or an X-rated magazine, and it wasn't private. Then in the late 90s, when the World Wide Web became a thing, it caused the growth of porn to absolutely skyrocket because something that is shameful is now something that could be private and secretive and nobody would know. It's became easier than ever to watch porn, and it's became easier than ever for nobody to know that we're doing it, because watching porn isn't something that a lot of people will proudly admit. There is usually a certain shame behind it. Most people even experience this thing called porn guilt when watching and engaging in porn in the moment sounds like a really great idea, but after we embark on the adventure, feelings of shame, guilt, and disgust start to creep in. This is actually how the devil works in all of our lives, and not just in this area. He will tempt you with a good time that sounds like a really okay idea in the moment, and if he can get you to fall into that temptation, you will then be reminded of what you did over and over again and left with shame and guilt and regret. This cycle can happen over and over and over again until we find ourselves in the chains of addiction. And if you didn't already know, there are a lot of men and women battling with the chains chains of pornography and lust. This cycle can happen over and over and over again. And we can do two things. We can either admit that it's a problem, or we can ignore that it's a problem and tell ourselves that this is completely natural and completely normal that I want to be watching this. If you clicked on this video, you may deem porn as a problem. Whatever the case may be, I created a 3-part series to help lift the curtain on the desensitized porn culture that we are living in today, to help expose just how damaging porn truly is, and lastly, how to win the fight and overcome porn addiction. I put together some powerful tools to help you win this fight, but you are not going to be able to win this fight without God. You may be able to for a little bit, but this monster will come back because it is demonic and it wants to destroy your life. It wants to destroy your relationships, your future, your social life, any plan that God has for your life. The devil wants to take that away, and he can use porn addiction to do that. He can also do that by you continuing to walk in blindness and being unaware of what this truly is. If you haven't already, give this to God. You don't have to fight this alone. God has such a better plan for you, and all you have to do is call out to him. Accept help. Accept that you need help. Call out to Jesus and he will make your paths straight. God is faithful and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. God wants to give you power and self-control to win this thing that is trying to destroy you. And in this series, I pray that I can help you walk this thing out. In our next video, we're going to talk about the damage of porn and what it does behind the scenes that we don't even realize. In the third video, we are going to walk into victory over porn, and you are going to say goodbye to this thing. You got this. I believe in you. God believes in you and is on your side. God bless you, and I'll see you for part 2. See ya.